Hi everyone. Hi Cagy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for doing this with me, Cagy. Cagy is a guy I was looking at. I mean, I follow Tom a lot. Tom Bilyeu, of course, as everyone knows. And Cagy recently interviewed Tom, and I would love to ask Cagy everything about it. That's how I came to know Cagy. I looked through his stuff. He's into NFTs, blockchains, gaming. I mean, you name it, and he's there. I would love to ask Cagy all of this stuff that he's doing, but just a bit of background on Cagy. He's into NFTs. He taught you should. I will link his channel, of course, in the description afterwards. Cagy is doing a lot of work related to gaming, related to. He started out really basic from just about Call of Duty that you're talking about, and now he's on the top of that. I feel. I mean, according to me, he's on the top of the game here right now, building NFTs of his own, selling his NFTs, blockchain, and stuff like that. We'll delve deep into everything today. Thank you very much, Cagy, for being here. Thank you very much for doing this with me. How are you? How are you?
Well, thank you for contacting me. I appreciate it. I've done very little interviews in terms of like me interviewing me. This is probably my second one ever or third one ever. So I appreciate you bringing me into your show, and I see you grinding hard, and I wish you the best, man. And that's why I'm here, because I want to support people that have a dream and a vision. Have what, like 12,000 subscribers. I still haven't made it in terms of YouTube. It's you never really make it. But I see you down here 63. I'm like,
Yes.
dude, I've been there before. That is a grind,
Yes.
and it is a dream, and I feel like
Yes.
my dream is coming true. It's just
Yes.
it's a work in progress for sure. So
Great. I like to connect with people like this because they are grateful that they have that. That's great. They have been there, like as you told, you have been there when you had 60 or 100 subscribers around that. And you know what people at this point of time go through, what kind of thoughts they might have, what kind of problems they might have, what kind of grind they go through. And at the same time, you know what's being there. And I want to like talk to you a lot about that stuff too, how you started out, what was your basic stuff. But just a bit about, you and Tom. How did that happen? How did you contact Tom, or how did that happen? Tell me about that.
yeah, okay. In reality, it has, like I said, it has been a work in progress. It wasn't
Mhm.
something that just came out of straight up luck. I mean, you could call it luck, but I've been working in the NFT space and in
Mhm.
YouTube for so long. I've been here for what, like 4 years, 5 years. YouTube, Twitch. I tried every
Mhm.
single platform, every single way, Instagram, Facebook, everything. I literally have tried it all. At
Okay.
the end of the day, I stuck with YouTube. I decided to grind do the YouTube grind, but I kind of like understood the entire streaming content space. And then, yeah, to get to the Tom part, just to skip there. Yeah, recently I joined another organization, which is called Lad City, and what they do is NFTs every single. They do a show every single day. Lad City does a show every single day, and Tom was looking into that YouTube channel, and he found me there talking,
Mhm.
because I also have a show in Lad City,
Mhm.
which is another
Mhm.
channel.
Okay.
My shows are on Fridays,
Okay.
so therefore, Tom found me there. He commented, I didn't really know who Tom was in reality.
Mhm.
Um, he commented, and then I looked him up. My brother also told me, "Oh yeah, he's this and that. He's kind
Mhm.
of like Gary Vee, but different
Mhm.
style."
Mhm.
I did watch Gary Vee a lot, and Tony Robbins, and
Yeah.
many others.
Yes.
But then Tom came along in the chat. He was very humble in the way he approached the chat. He wasn't just like this guy that made millions of dollars and just
Mhm.
trying to look for the way in, the easy way. He was
Mhm.
going into the deep corners of
Exactly.
the NFT world.
Mhm.
And then basically I hit him up on Twitter after he commented a few times, and I told him, "Hey, Tom, this and that. I would love to interview you, man. I appreciate you coming by," without being too like, "Oh my God, this is Tom." I never
Mhm.
treat people like that,
Okay.
because you you want to respect them, but you also don't want to have this. This is me. This is how I handle things.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Please. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to put people in pedestal that it's like
Mhm.
God level. Like,
Mhm.
yes, he's a god, but it's like you don't have to act that way. You don't have to act that way. He's a regular person. You ask him, you tell him, hey, I would love to interview you, and he said yes. And of course, this guy is a god, but you don't. I feel like a lot of people go into this attitude where like they put all this social media and all this muggers on a pedestal, like if they weren't people, right?
Right.
And at the end of the day, these are people. And the
Right.
same thing with Tom. I'm sure he kind of felt something in me, just like I felt something in you.
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, let's do it." He
Right.
went with the intuition, and he gave me the interview. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. Yeah.
And delve deeper into a lot of topics here. I'll just start out with one basic one. How did you start out? How was your journey of starting out? You said that you used to watch Gary, Joe Rogan, Tony Robbins, all these guys before, and that there was a time when you said, I want to do this now, and that's when you started out with the gaming, and then you started out. Can you walk us through that journey and tell us how you
Yeah,
went?
I'll walk you through since day one of my life,
Yeah.
basically. My
Uh-huh.
dad sells art, right? My
Okay.
dad sells art. So I grew up in a house full of art. You couldn't walk around. So I always been in the art world, no matter what. Like I grew up in a house like that. Then I went to high school. In high school, I failed every single class. The only classes that I actually did were photography and art. Those were my two. The only ones that I passed. I failed math, failed history, failed all of them.
Okay.
And then I ended up dropping out of high school
Okay.
because
Okay.
it just wasn't for me. I was also a
Okay.
problematic kid in a way. I wouldn't take teachers serious because I felt like it was all in a box. Like you have to do things like that. It was never like teachers would never allow you to be you, right? And it was just that I couldn't connect with that. I couldn't connect with that. I only connected in the classes that were like
Okay.
that were designed that way, like photography. Yeah, go shoot a photo, whatever you want. Bring me a good picture. And then you went out there and you took a good photo, but it was your creation. So, and you were graded on not necessarily the subject per se of the photo, but more of the quality of the photo and composition, more technical. But your
Yes.
thoughts were yours. Like if you
Exactly.
saw something that you liked, boom, that's it. You took a photo. Same with art. You can't really grade art. Art is not gradable. You can grade techniques, but you can't grade um, the subject matter because everybody has their own perspective. So that's what I like about art. So that's that. I dropped out of high school, did my GED. I don't know if you know what that is in the United States. Um, and then I basically did my high school diploma in like 1 month. I just did like a
Okay.
fast course, completed it, went to college, for film school.
Okay.
I really dedicated my time there, got good grades, got everything right. Um, and then I ended up having a job at MTV. But
Okay.
during
Great.
during film school, I
Okay.
did do YouTube videos, but they were
Okay.
like vlogging, which I still do. I
Vlogging.
have a vlogging channel, which I'm not putting a lot of time in, especially now with this pandemic and all these places
Yes.
being kind of weird, which is understandable. But I also kind of don't agree with it too much. But
Yeah.
but
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to get into that too much because
No
everybody has
problem.
their own.
Yeah.
I've been doing content for a long time since in high school, pictures,
Put out vlogs, stuff like that.
yeah,
Yes.
blogs, stuff like that, right? But then I was at MTV, and then I used to watch videos on Twitch, and I was like, I could do that. I mean, I've been gaming my whole life too. At the same time, I used to
Exactly.
skip school to game, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna start recording myself gaming. And then I did it, bought some equipment, bam, and things went well at the beginning. Then things kind of crashed, like I had a good moment on Twitch, then it crashed. I was kind of devastated, to be honest, for a long time, but I never stopped. I never stopped.
Okay.
I streamed for years with one viewer,
Yes.
2 or 3 viewers. My mentality was I'm not stopping, I'm gonna find a way, right? That was my
Okay.
mentality. I literally did not stop. I used to stream 12 hours a day. um
Okay.
Even
Great.
with my
12 hours a
yeah,
day. Okay. That's a long
even
period
with
of
my
time.
long time,
Yeah.
and I just kept going. Then on 2020 I took a break. at the beginning of
Okay.
2020, I took a break, went to my country, Dominican Republic. That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And I took a break, like 3 months break, dude. And
Okay.
I did that because I needed to reconnect with my family. I needed to reconnect with nature. I just needed like um some type of connection with people because I was so in this grind that I was disconnected from the world. And as a matter of fact, right now I'm kind of like that as well because I'm
Okay.
grinding so hard that I'm not even seeing friends or anything, which is kind of like part of the sport. Sometimes you gotta
Exactly.
like sacrifice some things. It
Mm-hmm.
could affect you, but if you know how to handle it, I think I have experience already handling this stuff. So I took a break, then came back. I was like, okay, I need to find a way. I need to find a way. Then I've been in crypto since 2016, and I was like,
Yes.
let me see if gaming in crypto is something that it's already picked up. And I was like looking, and I'm like, this is about to pick up. There's a few
Yes.
games out there, not a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna pick up. So I started doing YouTube videos on gaming, and dude, it just started going, bum 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 bum. At the middle of 2020, my channel spiked up. You
Okay.
know, a bunch of people from the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
India started watching my channel because these games are play to earn. You can actually
Okay.
play and
Yeah.
earn,
Yes. Yes.
like
Yes.
Axie Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
You got kids playing and people, communities, big ass communities in Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
fathers,
Oh.
kids just playing and earning because in the Philippines, probably like in India,
Yeah.
um, the max that you earn is like $200 a month, like the
True.
minimum
Yes.
for
Yes.
like a
Yes.
family that is on the lower end of
That's
the income ladder, right?
true. Totally
So
true. Yeah.
these people are making that in that and more playing games. So
Right.
it spiked up,
Something they
and
enjoy, and at the same time they can earn from it. That's amazing, right?
yeah,
That's
that's
true.
amazing. So it spiked up there, and then I started doing YouTube videos on many other things. Started interviewing the founders of these games,
Mm-hmm.
this that, and now
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have a channel that is NFT gaming related
Mm-hmm.
that has picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also doing interviews with people that want to do that are doing NFT gaming or are getting into NFT gaming, like Tom
Mm-hmm.
Bilyeu. Although
Yeah. Yeah.
he's more into the art right now, he has
Yes.
bought like different lands in different games,
Mm-hmm.
NFT lands, and yeah,
Okay.
so I'm doing interviews as well. So that's basically my story.
Again, in this story, the thing that's very inspiring for me is that you are currently focusing on your grind so much still after this much 12K and having these things that you don't have still. You're not seeing friends and you're not watching on stuff. You're not going on, going on this binge worthy stuff, and you're not going to, like, you're focusing on yourself, focusing on
Mhm.
yourself, building yourself, and you're doing so well in that. I feel, I mean, I kind of sometimes look up to you as to what you've done, because I mean, I dream of doing something of that sort, like having a 12K subscribers, stuff like that. Of course, my thought is not of gaming. My thought is of a bit different than that. But yeah, I do intend to touch as many people as I can, through this YouTube channel, and you're doing that. So that's amazing. That's amazing.
Great.
There's I want to deep dive into a bit of thing that you said about NFT and gaming and mix all of that. Of course, almost everyone knows about gaming and stuff. A lot of people don't know about NFT and how do you mix that with gaming? What is NFT? Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. Well, NFT, the concept of NFT is not that hard. It's really not
Okay.
that hard. I'll break it down. If you play a game like Fortnite, you play a
Okay.
game like Call of Duty, you play a game like Valorant, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have a skin on Fortnite, like you buy a skin for your
Mm-hmm.
character, that is essentially an NFT, right? Essentially,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
that is a piece of information
Mm-hmm.
that has a picture that is
Right.
that can be used, like a picture or a design that can be used in the game.
Okay.
The difference between NFT, right,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
skin that you buy right now in Fortnite, Call of Duty, Valorant, or CSGO
Yes.
is that skin lives on the servers of the creator of the game.
True. Yeah, that is true.
So
Yes.
that means that they have full control of what happens.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
You
They have
as a
full control.
player cannot access the server and kind of see all the transactions. It's
Yeah.
basically it's a database that is closed.
Yes. True.
So that's a
Yes.
simple. That's
Mm-hmm.
like the traditional games. Now
Okay.
the new games, what they're doing is they're providing you through blockchain technology, the ability to look at your skin on the blockchain publicly. Therefore, you can see how many of that skin there is. You can see who owned the skin before you. And they're also allowing you to transact the skin and sell it, buy and sell freely without putting any TOS, terms of service. If you try to sell your skins or your account in Fortnite, because there is no separation of account and skins. It's account and skin together in Fortnite, Call of Duty, and Valorant and all this. It's all together. So even if the developer bans your account on one of these games, you lose your stuff. In the new games, if you get banned, you don't lose your assets. They're yours. They're yours because they're separate. They live in your wallet. So now your skins live in your wallet, your crypto wallet. They're like a token. And you can verify that token in the blockchain, depending on the blockchain you're in. Ethereum, all these blockchains. So now you have your skins in a wallet, and now you have your in-game account. The in-game account connects to your wallet, and that's how it knows what you have in your account, because it connects. Like it reads it. It reads it. So that's how it works. And now there's no TOS. That means that you can sell, trade, just like you own a Pokemon card and you trade it with somebody else. But the thing is that you can verify who owns what on the blockchain. Who owns what, and you can see the history of everything. So that is the beauty of blockchain technology, that you can actually go back in time and kind of see where it came from. Yes, sure, somebody can take a picture of that skin or that piece of art, but you can tell where that piece of art originated. So if this artist X, creates a piece of art, let's say, he creates a piece of art, you can see where that art originated, right? Now, if somebody else comes and copies a piece of art and puts it on the blockchain, which they can do, and there's people scamming. If you're not careful enough and you don't go back into the ledger, into the database, and look for the original contract, where it originated, then you're gonna get scammed. But it's super easy to not get scammed. You just gotta look for the original contract. And how do you know the original contract? Well, you follow the artist, and they're open about what's their contract address, what's the original contract address. So now you could actually verify a digital piece of art. Even if somebody copies it, you can always go back and see who created it.
I feel that, this is amazing, taking the gaming perspective out of that features or assets out. So you have your characters, whatever they have, like skins or their armors or their whatever, the swords, let's say, so to speak, different from your game. That your game is different. Even if you ban that, you can still monetize your assets, so to speak, and you can sell, buy, do anything with that what you want.
I'll give you an example.
Sure.
I'll give you an example, like a real life example. You own a car, and then you have a license, right?
Yes.
You have a license. The road of the country, that is the game. That is the game. There's a set of rules within the country, within the roads out here, where you gotta play, that you have to play by, right? So if you break the law, then the cop is gonna take away your license. But he can't take away your car.
Right.
So you might have your car parked in your house. You can't use it because you don't have a license, and that happens in games. Sometimes they ban your skin from the game. They ban it. Like they kind of don't allow to be used for a certain. If you're cheating, they'll ban it, and they won't allow you to use it because they still have control of the road, which is the game. Right. So you might say, well, if they ban it, then the asset doesn't have value. Well, not really, because as an investor, if somebody got a skin banned and that skin is banned for 2 years, the person that owns the banned skin, because he did something wrong, he's gonna sell it for way cheaper because nobody can use it for 2 years. True. So me, as an investor, I'm like, that's a nice skin. There's only like 3 or 4 of those skins. I can't use it for 2 years, but I can get it really cheap now. And in 2 years, that skin might be worth 5 times, 6 times, 10 times.
No one knows. Yeah.
No one knows. But I'll buy it now for super cheap because you
Yes.
can't use it and nobody wants it. But I want it because I'm willing to wait 2 years. So
You're seeing that ROI
yeah,
out of that particular thing, and you're saying, I'll invest into this. I'll reap the returns whenever I can, 2 years, 3 years down the line, whenever it's possible. But I'll invest into this, and I'll wait for that point of time to make money or whatever. If I want to use it, even I can do it. Yes.
Exactly. So that's basically the what could happen to your skins. They could get banned, but usually it's a 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, and you can still monetize it. If I did something wrong in the game and my skins get banned or my assets get banned, I can still monetize it, even though it's not gonna be the same because nobody's gonna want it. Only a few people can see the vision, like me.
Yes.
That okay, I'll wait 3 years and then that skin is gonna be worth a lot of money. So yeah.
Understood. There's also a perspective of following this NFT plus art perspective that you told about. Could you delve deeper into that? How do you mix art? Now you said about gaming and NFT. How about NFT and art? How do you mix that?
Well, yeah, like I said, NFT is just information.
Yes.
Anything can be an NFT.
Yes.
The gaming assets are a piece of art that can be used in a game. So a piece of art can also there's artists making a piece of art, and then if you have that in your wallet and you connect it to certain type of games, that would allow you to use something in that game, like a skin or something.
Okay.
Like you could branch it out. So basically, a piece of art is just simply a photo with information that is on the blockchain. That's an NFT. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
And the reason why it's unique, right, is because that's why they call it non-fungible. It's because one art with another art, they're not really tradable. You can't exchange one art for the other one. They're unique. So that's why it's called non-fungible. When things are fungible, you can trade between them because they're equal. So if I give you $20 bill and you give me 20 ones, those are fungible tokens.
Yes.
Because although they're different, because you're giving me $1 bills, they're equal, right?
Okay.
They're equal.
Yes.
So
we
those
can
are
exchange.
fungible.
We can exchange on some level, but artwork or all of the skin, let's say, so to speak, we can exchange.
No, because it's like, oh, you got this. This is a piece of art. This is another piece of art. They're not equal. They're not exchangeable. Right. So that's why it's called non-fungible. But at the end of the day, a non-fungible token on the blockchain is simply information that can be seen in an open ledger, in an open database. Right. That's all it is. That's the technology there, basically.
Okay. So anything on an open ledger that you can view anywhere. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's why blockchain
and nobody can tamper with. Once you put an information in, nobody can change it. Nobody can change it. No, literally nobody can change it. It's not possible. So if you put an information, that's the thing. Because let's say a company creates a skin, right?
Sure.
On their database. At any moment, they could delete it or change the information within it.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the security, or that's the kind of thing security blockchain provides to you, right? Because once it's there, it's there. You can remove it. You can't tamper with it because everything that's behind, like the ledger, changes because of that. You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can see the whole transaction history.
Exactly. And that's the amount of security. That's the amount of trust blockchain has to provide that people need to see. One more thing. Can you tell a bit of difference about crypto coins and crypto tokens? So now we're talking about crypto tokens, right? These are not coins that, like say Dogecoin that like everyone is talking about right now. It's going to be $1, something like that. You transfer that. Crypto coin and crypto token are different. Can you tell me the difference about both of those?
Well, they're both tokens. They're both tokens. The only big difference is information. The Dogecoin, the only information that Dogecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum has, the only information within that token, which the actual coin, which is a token as well, the only information you get is the amount of tokens there is in the world and who owns how many tokens. That's it. That's it. Okay. But when it comes to a piece of art or a skin, it's called an NFT, a non-fungible token, which is a different type of token, and it has more information. It has a photo in it. It could have video. It could have audio. There's more information in it, and that's all it is. But it's still a token that is transferable. from
Got you.
person to
Understood.
person. Yeah.
Understood. Great. A bit about blockchain. You also work a lot of blockchain and all that sort of stuff. Of course, everyone knows about blockchain, but there's one basic thing that people don't understand is that what is the knowledge that one needs to get before getting into this blockchain stuff?
Okay. Yeah.
Stuff.
I'll break it down super
Yeah.
easy. So blockchain is a technology itself. The
Yes.
technology is basically a ledger that is open, right?
True.
And there's a lot of open ledgers out there. You got Bitcoin, you got Ethereum, you got, right? They all have different use cases.
Mm-hmm.
To get into them is super easy, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing, I wouldn't even look at NFTs first.
Okay.
Just because then to wrap your head around it, it could get complicated. But once you get in, it's like you start understanding little by little. And my point with this is that first you gotta is milestones. You can't try to go into things at the most advanced level because you're not gonna understand. So the first thing you gotta do, go to an exchange.
Okay.
An exchange. I don't know if you use any exchanges like Coinbase, Binance. Those are exchanges.
Yeah.
Exchanges. Just like a bank, right?
Like
so
a bank.
You go there, you put money, you put dollars in, you buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. If you're looking into NFTs, where the real NFT world is at is in Ethereum.
Okay.
You go into Ethereum, you buy the coin, you create a wallet. You got to create a wallet outside of the bank because the bank owns your wallet. And that's one of the beauties of blockchain that nobody, you got your wallet, right? This is my wallet.
True. Yeah.
But very important, when you put it in a bank, and that's what you essentially do when you go to a bank and you put your money in, they own your wallet. So
they own your wallet.
They have it in there, right? So you can't take your money out whenever you want. There's a lot of restrictions. With blockchain, you could buy in a bank the coin, but then you can create a wallet on the side and then send it to your wallet that only you control.
Okay, great.
Only you control. But if you lose your wallet, you can't call anybody. It's your responsibility. So with a lot of responsibility, with a lot of power, comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Because now you have the power to your money. You don't have to give it to a bank. You don't have to give it to anybody. You own your wallet and nobody can take it away from you. But if you lose the seed phrase, which is kind of like the password behind your wallet, if you lose it, then you lose basically everything and you can never call anybody again.
It's just like a floating thing in there in the air. It's there, but you can't access it, and no one can access it actually.
No one can access it.
No one can access it.
Literally nobody. So the first step is go to an exchange. Super simple. This is like the noob way, like the super noob. Go to an exchange, buy Ethereum or Bitcoin, get comfortable with it. And then from there, the next step is to create a wallet outside of there and then send your coins. So for Ethereum, I would suggest MetaMask. But then it gets more complicated because you got hot wallets and then you got hard wallets. So it's little by little. The first step is to start like a noob. That's the first step.
Just get your wallet. That's like the basic.
Buy Ethereum. Buy Ethereum in Coinbase or Binance. They're gonna ask you for your ID, normal like any other bank.
But I'm really interested in NFTs. The reason because of this is that you put art into it, you put stuff. It's non-fungible, so to speak. You can't exchange one thing for the other. So everything that you hold has its own unique value. You can't essentially just say that I'll give this, and you can do that if you want to.
You could trade, but
you could trade, of course. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I and you can come to a contract where you say, this part and this part is the same, but it's not the same. It's actually not the same.
Exactly. It's not the same. Exactly.
And that's amazing because India, I know for sure, and the world has lots of artists that don't get their value for their work they're doing because they do amazing work for sure. According to me, I love the work they do. The pictures they depict, the things they want to depict with their art. But people essentially don't get the value for that. But this is one way or the other in which people can, essentially show whatever they have to and earn also if they want to, because if they want, they can sell this, monetize it as they want. You can, do stuff like that, whichever you want to. And that's one of the things that I love about this. I want to deep dive a bit about what you said before, before we were started rolling and stuff like that. And we talked about gratitude because, as you know, I'm not that big, so to speak. Right now, I'm just have 62 subscribers. You have like 12K, and there are people who have like millions of subscribers, like say Tom. And we were talking about this because, you will always have someone that you feel is much better than you, but at the same time, you will have someone who is lesser than you. Let's say what you might be for me is for what's Tom for you right now at the moment, right? And
Mhm.
and you will always find such people, find such things that are good, that are better than you. But at the same time, I said, and we talked about this, is that you need to have 80-20 principle. 80% of time, your energy, your mind should be going into gratitude. Thankfully, I have this. Let's say you have 12 subscribers, so I have 63. Thankfully, it's not zero. Thankfully, it's 63. Thankfully, my content is getting at least 100 views right now. So that means at least 100 people are invested into it. They think that this thing is good enough that I can click on it and I can watch it. So that's great. But at the same time, you said something about ruthlessness and maintaining a line and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think first of all, before people might misunderstand,
Yes.
gratitude is the number one thing. I totally agree with that. I actually have a lot of posts in my Discord and everywhere, like
Mm-hmm.
old posts where I used to celebrate 100 views, 200
Mm-hmm.
views, 500 views. I used to celebrate. And I still celebrate my deadlines, or my not my deadlines, my milestones. I still celebrate. I just
Milestones. Yeah.
celebrated 12K today, right?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just put 12K, 12K. Thank you so much. Always be
Mm-hmm.
thankful. But at the
Yes.
same time, there's something that is gonna happen along the way, and people are gonna try to, like I told you earlier, people are gonna
Yes.
try to take your energy, right?
Right.
And uh, you gotta find a way to focus your energy in the things that you want, and
Mm-hmm.
that means that some people are gonna be left behind. Some people that looked up to you even
Mm-hmm.
might say, "Oh, this guy is a bad guy," or "He's an asshole because
Mm-hmm.
he didn't respond to me." But the reality is, it's not that you're not a good guy. It's just things get overwhelming. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say you gotta be ruthless, it's like you gotta be ruthless with your vision, and some people are gonna be left behind,
Yes.
in terms of like people that want to talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
people that want a piece of you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta focus. But some people might see it like, oh, this guy is not grateful. This guy is just thinking about himself. But it's not like
Yes.
that. It's there's a lot of attention starts coming in, and you
Mm-hmm.
just gotta focus and let people go. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't please everybody.
Yes.
So be thankful, but also understand that um you also don't really owe people anything,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like I don't owe you my time. You get
Yes.
me? Like my
Yes.
time is mine, right?
Yes. True.
And I'm grateful that you guys have put in time into watching my content, but I'm
Yes.
also bringing value.
True.
It's not that you're watching me for me, just for me. I'm also bringing value to the table. So there's a two-way. I'm putting my time to bring value
Two-way
to you.
street. Yes.
It's a two-way
Yes.
thing too, right?
Yes. True.
So that's very important, that you don't owe people
Mm-hmm.
anything,
Right.
right? Because people might make you feel like, oh, like you owe, like they own you, and no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that you gotta have very, very clear from the beginning, in my
Okay.
opinion. In my
Right.
opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because then it comes into play all this new things like cancel
Yes.
culture. Like if you
Uh-huh.
don't act the way that people want you to act, then no. You also gotta
Okay.
be yourself
Mm-hmm.
and be grateful, and also focus on yourself too. Like you got,
Yes. Yes.
there's a balance there for sure. There's a
Right.
balance. But you'll find it. You'll find your own balance.
Yes. True. I get it, because this is something on lines of, you have to know where to say no.
Hmm.
This is me. I draw a line here, and that's me. I have to say no to something, just because I have so much energy that I can invest, and I want to invest in this. This is what I want to do. Let's say NFT gaming for you, and you want to like go deep into that and bring value as much as you can to everyone that watches and everything that's possible to, and you want to invest in that. So you don't want to go all over the place. You don't want to be like everywhere. You just want to be focused on that particular stuff that you want to work on, and stuff like that. That's actually amazing. And the next question is actually related to this. How do you know that this particular thing is taking away energy from you, and it's not going to add as much value as you thought, as you might want?
Before, the number one thing is your intuition.
Yes.
And obviously, the first step, I think, is not do things that you don't like. That takes away, like, most of the things, right?
Mhm.
So if somebody's hitting you up to do a makeup
Mhm.
like stream, like you're not gonna do that. You're not focused on makeup. You
Yes.
don't want
Yes.
to do makeup. That's not your thing.
Mhm.
And it's not that you don't want to collaborate. It's just not part of your vision. So that takes away most of the things.
Mhm.
Now, within what you're doing, there's always going to be people that want to collaborate, good people,
Mhm.
um, that wanna be part of your vision as well.
Mhm.
There's something that Tom says very, very well. He said it the other
Mhm.
day in a video. Well, I saw it in a video. It's an old video,
Mhm.
and this phrase is perfect. It's called alignment of selfishness.
Okay, that's a new phrase for me. Alignment of selfishness.
Yeah,
Let me go through
you're
the heading.
selfish. You're
Yes.
selfish about your
Uh-huh.
things, how
Mhm.
you want to do things, right?
Mhm.
But if your selfishness is the same or similar to mine, then we're
Okay.
aligned, right? Because we're doing
Mhm.
things that are
Right.
similar
That's
in our own
yes.
selfish way.
Mhm.
We're not going outside of our way to please each other. No, we're
True.
already doing things that are very
Mhm.
similar. So our selfishness is aligned. And that
Yes.
concept is amazing. And that's where you're going to find the answer.
Yes.
Alignment of selfishness. If you hit up somebody or somebody hit
Mhm.
ups you,
Mhm.
you gotta see if their selfishness is aligned with your selfishness. And it might sound
Yes.
like bad, like selfish. Oh my god! But
Mhm. Mhm.
that's just the truth. People are selfish, and that's a natural thing. That's a natural
Yes.
thing. It's a
Yes.
natural thing. People are so selfish that even when you give,
Mhm.
it feels good, and that's why people
Yes.
give because they feel
Exactly.
good.
That's a
And there's
figure. Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, but that's a selfish thought if you think about it. Like, oh,
Yes.
I give to people and I feel
Mhm.
good, I feel empowered, my brain feels like I did something for the world, and it's a
Mhm.
good thing. But at the end of the day, it's because it makes you feel good, right?
So it's an
So
alignment of selfishness.
yeah, it's alignment of selfishness. That's one of the key things that I heard from
Yes.
Tom. I was like, holy crap, dude, that makes so much sense.
Yes,
And there's
that's
nothing
true.
wong with being selfish. It's just you gotta find the people that are aligned with you in
Mhm.
that selfishness. So that's
True.
gonna eliminate most of
Remaining
the
10%, I guess. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's gonna eliminate. And then on top of that, your intuition too. Sometimes, like you see, you might be doing something different than me,
Mhm.
in
Yes.
terms of YouTube, but there are moments where you want to collaborate, and some people just you have that intuition. And they feel good.
Yes.
The person is a good person, and that's how I felt with you, right? And
Right.
and probably Tom felt the same way with me when he did the
Right.
interview.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
there's a thing that just comes with time that you kind of
Yes.
just can taste when somebody is not only there for the benefit.
Yes.
It's okay, we already talked about the benefit if there's a,
Yes. Yes.
but it's also there because it's a good person. It's somebody that has some
Hmm.
value and will have more value in the future, and I feel the same way. That's why I did it with you. So
That's true
yeah.
because and this there's one thing also we talk about money. Money is a really important stuff, and people get swayed because of that. You might have this things that might be hitting you up with money, and that might not be aligned to your goal. So again, it's not aligned to your selfishness, but money is something that can sway stuff. And you're a human being. You will be swayed by fungible token. You will be swayed with money. You will be swayed by this stuff, but you need to also take a conscious decision, so to speak, where you feel that this might be good money, but again, I have to focus on this, and this down the line might give me much more than what they're offering right now to me. And that's very important because again, I have seen personally that money sways things. Money can do that to you, and money and security somehow I feel security in life, so to speak, and delayed gratification comes into picture here. Because you want to delay as much as you can because down the line you will reap benefits of your delayed gratification, but still you need to starve yourself of that gratification right now so that you can get that gratification afterwards.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. You're totally right, man. Look,
Yes.
I've been offered many, many,
Mm-hmm.
many sponsorships and whatever and promotions. People hit me up. Do you promote? Do you promote? And
Mm-hmm.
most of them I don't respond to because they're not aligned with me. They're not aligned
Mm-hmm.
with what I want to show to the people. I'm
Yes.
very careful. I have taken sponsorships that not necessarily align too much with me. The money has persuaded me in some of them, but I haven't taken much of
Right.
those
Mm-hmm.
sponsorships. Actually, I could count it with my hands, the ones that I've
Okay.
taken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important because if I would have taken, let's put it into perspective. If I would have taken all those promo sponsorships onto this
Mm-hmm.
point, you think Tom would have been like, oh, this guy is somebody worth my time?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. He would have seen through
No.
it. He
Mm-hmm.
probably would have seen
True.
through it. Oh, this guy's just here doing any kind of product. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
this, promote this. I'm talking about NFTs, but I'm promoting
Yes.
this. You know,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I
So you,
understand.
you
Get that.
start taking all this stuff, and then the serious people in life are gonna see
Yes.
through you. They're gonna see through you. You might have a few people that that are gullible, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna follow you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But you
True.
you want to create quality, man. You gotta create
Yes.
quality. But it's also understandable if you take a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you take a promotion that is not that aligned with you to make money, because we gotta eat too, and that's
Yes.
understandable. But you know how you always you know how you fight that.
Mm-hmm.
It's by always being honest with your viewers. Always being honest.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not honest, they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see through you over time. So
Okay.
if you take a sponsorship that you're not aligned with, you might tell your viewers, hey guys, I've been offered the sponsorship. It's not something that I don't necessarily have used before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it could
Mm-hmm.
provide some value to some of you, but always be honest about it, right?
Okay.
And that's it. And people they will understand, and some people might find value in that, right? In some of those products that you might
Mm-hmm.
be promoting.
Yes.
So sometimes you could do it. Yeah.
Okay. Being honest. That's really important. So honesty brings you a kind of shows you perspectives of what you want to do, what should you not do, and stuff like that. Get it? Got it.
Hmm.
There's one thing I wanted to talk about that we talked before. When you started out, you said something about seeing people or matching people to godlike status. You said, we hear about these people, Gary Vee and Tom. Let's say they are doing good. They are doing great work. They're great, providing great value. But at the same time, you do not have to take them to that level as to like make them God and not see them as that.
I think for me, I've never been a fanboy.
Hmm.
Never really been a fanboy.
Okay.
And I think it's important to separate yourself and not be a fanboy, because if you're a
Hmm.
fanboy, then you're not really being yourself in terms of your thoughts. And you could be a fan, it's okay, but being this person that always puts um anybody that is up there, a celebrity,
Hmm.
social
Hmm.
media mogul or whatever, like they're
Hmm.
higher than you, right?
Hmm.
You do have to give them the respect, of course. That's
Sure.
not where
Yeah.
I'm getting at. But if
Mhm.
you put them always higher, then you always gonna feel like you could never get there because they're higher than you. No, you have to feel like inspired by them and get to their level. That's the idea behind
Okay.
this. But if you're always like, no, they're better, they're untouchable. Of course they're gonna be untouchable because you're literally making them untouchable in your mind. You know.
Mhm. I
So if you
understand.
think
Yeah.
like that, then you're just gonna be like this fanboy. Where like, no, this guy's a god. How do I approach him? No, you just gotta go out there and be like, damn, this guy inspires me. I hope I can get there someday. And
Mhm.
that's okay. That's okay to see them as somebody to reach that level, to
Yes.
want to reach that level. But that's
Yes.
different from seeing them and kind of like separating them like they're way better than you. No,
Hmm.
you can
No.
be like them as well. And they're
Yes.
regular people, they're normal people.
True.
The only difference they have is that they have probably more money,
Hmm.
which money is important,
Yeah.
and that they have a bunch of things going on in their lives. And that's why they can't respond to people. Like I told you
Exactly.
earlier,
Hmm.
they got to focus on their stuff. And the people that
Hmm.
want their time, it's got to be worth it for them. Because if it's not
True.
worth it, then they're wasting time because there's too many people in the world
Exactly.
wanting
True.
their time, trying to take away their energy.
True.
So they gotta focus, and sometimes they might seem like assholes because they don't respond to you or whatever. But it's not
Exactly.
like that. It's literally there's a lot of people hitting you up
Mhm.
right now. I have my Discord open, and
Yes.
I'm not at their level, but I
Hmm.
get messages. I get at least 10, 50 messages every day. People asking
Hmm.
for my help, and I'm
Yeah.
okay. I love helping people. Of course, if
Hmm.
you see my channel, most of my videos are not even about myself. They're
Exactly.
about teaching people how to get into games, how
Yes.
to,
True.
right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you need time for yourself, so you
You need
gotta
to.
like
You need to
close
do
that
that.
gap and kind of forget about everything. You gotta be like
Hmm.
this, and it's kind of the same thing that people say, oh, so many billions and he's not doing anything. Dude, he worked for his billions. Now why you gotta
Yes.
dictate now how he
Exactly.
spends the billions? You know
Hmm.
how many ideas and how many problems there is in the world? Just
Exactly.
because what he's doing with his billions or
Hmm.
his millions doesn't align with the
Hmm.
things that you want that person to do, doesn't mean that they're not doing anything good in the world.
True.
You
Hmm.
know, and
Totally
I
get
think
that.
actually that stifles um um growth. Like if you think that way, like, oh, this millionaire, look how many millions he has such a big house. He shouldn't be having those houses. No,
Hmm.
yes, he should be having those houses. He worked for it and he
He worked his
deserves it.
ass off for it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he deserves it. And you might have an opinion, I would do this and that, but
Hmm.
you're not even at that point. So you don't know how things work out in the end. You don't know if, I don't know, Gary V's
Hmm.
brother is going through something crazy in life, and he
Exactly.
has no time to do a charity right now, or
Hmm.
you don't know people's situation.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
something.
True. Especially during the pandemic, things have changed at such a rapid pace that you don't know stuff, you don't know what's happening. You have to just get on and climb as to whatever you can, and you because things are going on, people are getting sick, and right now, of course, we talked a bit about what's happening back in India. People are just dying in numbers, you know, and they don't have enough space. They do not have enough resources to do that. Of course, there are many countries like US, China, the Russia, the United Kingdom, European Union. These are like coming up and they're supporting in any way they can, of course. But yeah, people are dying there, and they're just trying to catch up with everything that's going on. Trying to get up, and we need to open up our minds to understand that things are going through a hard time, and it will take some time for us to settle down. Totally
Yeah,
get it.
and with the India thing, for
Yeah.
example,
Hmm.
somebody hit me up the other day with the
Okay.
India thing,
Hmm.
and they're talking about, oh, something's going on in India. Somebody in my
Hmm.
community, and he
Yeah.
told me,
Hmm.
oh, something's going on in India. Please retweet, blah blah blah. And I'm like, look, it's not
Hmm.
that I don't sympathize with what's
Yes.
happening in India,
Hmm.
but I
Hmm.
have my Twitter,
Hmm.
and my channel has a goal, and
True.
that's where I say I might seem to that guy. I don't know how he looks
Hmm.
at me
Hmm.
after I didn't retweet. It's not that I'm a
Yes.
bad person,
Hmm.
but if I retweet the thing that he's saying about India,
Hmm.
when do I stop?
Yes.
What about the kid that needs a blood transplant? What about the
Hmm.
person that is dying of cancer? What about all the trash that is being thrown in the sea?
Hmm.
You know,
Yes. Climate
so
change. Mm.
climate change, all
Yes.
these problems. When do I stop retweeting this stuff?
Hmm.
Right? So that's why I say when you gotta focus, you
Hmm.
focus. And sometimes it's okay to get away from
Hmm.
your goal and retweet something and do something outside of the box,
Hmm.
right? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it always, then your purpose is not really what you say you're doing. Your purpose is
Yes.
something else.
True.
Because if you're retweeting about what's happening in India or what's happening in this other country or what's happening
Yes.
here, then that looks more like a reporter. So maybe that's your goal, right?
Yeah.
Now, a
True.
reporter might not talk about what I'm doing in the gaming industry.
Yeah. Hmm. Of course. They
I'm
will
not
not.
gonna feel bad,
Hmm. True.
right? They have their own purpose, they have their own goals. So
Exactly.
that's very important moving forward, where you put your
True.
energy. And
Yeah.
and that post in particular,
Uh-huh.
it's crazy because the
Hmm.
person that made the post is like donating a bunch of millions of dollars, and some people
Okay.
are like, oh, that's not enough, you're a billionaire. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. I
They
get you.
will
I get you.
rip you apart no matter what. If you're a billionaire, you give 1 million, that's bad. If you
Mhm.
give half of your fortune, that's bad. Everything's just bad, right? So that's why you gotta be,
Yes.
like I
Yes.
said, ruthless with your
Hmm.
vision and kind of like forget about a lot of things. You have
Hmm.
to. And sometimes you step away and you gotta sympathize, right? And you gotta
Right.
do things differently.
True.
But
Yes.
and and to be honest, I have
Hmm.
plans in the future because
Yes.
I come from a third world country,
Yes. Hmm.
upcoming country, Dominican Republic. There's a lot of poor
Hmm.
people there,
Hmm.
but I don't talk about it so much.
Of
I'm just
course.
when the moment comes, one of the things I want to do is make schools better over there because the public schools are trash. These kids are not learning, and I want to make the public schools better. But I don't really want to give them money. They're not gonna know
Uh-huh.
what to do with the money.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
That's the
Yes. Yes.
problem.
That's
That's
one
the
of the
problem.
things that's happening right now because uh, there are friends of mine who are like right now who are raising money to send back to India and help them. That's good. That's perfect. But with this inflow of money, there is one more thing that's really important, and that's related to trust, so to speak, I guess. Whereas if I send this money, how do I know that it's being used in a way that I thought it would be, or it's being used at least for the good purpose? That's it.
That's the
You have
problem.
all of these foundations, NGOs who do stuff like that, but I know for sure, and you might be knowing this for sure, that NGOs on the face of it look great, but down the line they might do shady stuff. That shady stuff doesn't come out. You don't know about that. No one knows about that, to be frank, because NGOs would lose their credibility if that shady stuff comes out. But you as a person would need to essentially go. I mean, you or anyone, like many people I know, want to do that help, but go there in person and execute their ideas, so to speak,
Exactly.
and do
That's
what
how I
they
see
want.
things.
Yes.
When I go help somebody,
Mhm.
I do it myself. I
Yes.
execute myself. And
Right.
when I do this program that I want to do in the future for kids
Hmm.
that are poor or whatever, I'm gonna go do it. I'm not gonna give it to somebody else. In the future, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it myself.
Yes.
I'm gonna go execute myself. And
I
it's
get
kind
you.
of sad because that happens in everything, man. There's
Yes.
corruption in everything,
True. There's corruption, everything. True. True
that's
that.
just kind of how it is.
Yes. True. I want to go into the
And
NFT. Sorry. Yeah. Go
and to
ahead.
add
Go
to
ahead.
this,
Yes.
I know there's loopholes around not paying taxes when you
Yes.
do all these things, and I'm totally okay with that. That's the
Yeah.
first thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you don't want to pay taxes, but through not paying taxes, you're also helping other people, I'm okay with it. And
Okay.
I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna do that in the future, but I'm gonna be very open about it. I'm gonna be,
Okay.
yeah, I'm here,
Great.
kind of avoiding taxes.
Hmm.
But I'm avoiding taxes, but that avoidance also helps people,
Someone. Yes.
someone. So
Exactly.
so I'm okay with it. I'm okay. What I don't like is not being honest about it. Like, no, we have a
Yes.
foundation, and I'm Bill Gates, and I have a foundation because I want to give half of my. Come
Hmm.
on, man. Come on. Don't give me that. Don't give me that BS.
Yes, I understand what you mean. Just I understand totally because you need to have that trust, and most people have that trust on themselves, of course, that they are doing what's correct with their money, with their time, with their energy, and they believe themselves. That's true. And you want to implement your ideas. You want to do that, and not really send your stuff, mind, energy to some place and let them hold the reins as to what they want to do with that. That's true. That's great. That's totally amazing, actually, and that's great that you are actually forthright about it, that I'm going to do this and that's what I'm going to do, and that's you have that vision in
Yeah.
your mind to do that, so that's great.
That's totally okay. I don't think there's
Yes,
anything
that's
wrong
totally
with that.
okay.
Those are loopholes that kind of the
Hmm.
law provides to you, and if you can take advantage, you take advantage. But that also means that with that type of loopholes and things like that,
Hmm.
you also it's good to do your part too and help people.
Yes,
You're not gonna be able to help the whole world. That's literally
of course, for
impossible.
sure.
Like we said, there's many problems at every single
Yes.
level, and even at the highest level, even the rich people. You got
True.
kids that are
Yes, kids.
super rich, and
Yes.
there's no way around them. They're addicted to drugs.
Yes. True. True.
But just
Totally
because
true.
they're rich doesn't mean like, oh no, we shouldn't take care of those.
Uh-huh.
No,
Hmm.
they're rich kids,
Yes.
Unfortunately, they fell into drugs and they have this drug problem.
And they
Uh,
can't come out, right?
so you got to sympathize with every single level. There's so many levels to all these problems that
True,
it's
true,
just
true that,
you
man.
gotta
True that.
focus on what you really want to, in what area you
Exactly.
want to help. My focus, I believe, is gonna be my country.
Yes. Okay. That's
The-
okay. That's perfectly fine, right? That's totally true.
yeah, that's it.
That's okay. So I wanted to ask you a bit about the NFT stuff. What do you feel is the future for NFT? So you're doing NFT gaming right now. We see lots of NFT merchandise stuff dropping in by different people. What do you think is the future of NFT?
Yeah, that is a big question that
Mm-hmm.
has some answers to it. But I would say, I think most people would agree in the NFT world that everything is going to be an NFT. When I see everything,
Okay.
is you got art, you got
Mm-hmm.
video game assets,
Mm-hmm.
but also you got financial assets. Um,
Okay. Yes.
imagine you in an NFT, because
Mm-hmm.
remember, NFT is just an information.
It's information. Yeah.
It's a token that has information that is
Mm-hmm.
recorded on a blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine you could buy an insurance, right? You could buy an
Okay.
insurance. You need an insurance, a health insurance. You could simply buy that insurance as an NFT and have it
Mm-hmm.
in your wallet, right? And it has an expiration date. When it expires, it deletes. Because you can delete stuff in the blockchain,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's kind of coded in. You code it
Yes.
so that after a certain period of time, it kind of deletes. So
It becomes invalid, so to speak, after a certain point of
invalid,
time.
so to speak.
Yes.
Imagine logging into Netflix instead
Yes.
of putting email and password
Mm-hmm.
and your
Mm-hmm.
and your and your name and your address and your credit
Mm-hmm.
card and all that crap that they ask you for. All
Yes.
you would do is go to Netflix.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buy a subscription as an NFT.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That NFT gets transferred into your crypto wallet, and as soon as you log into Netflix with your wallet, all you got to do is connect to your wallet. The Netflix servers would understand, or
Mm-hmm.
that you have the NFT in your wallet, and then now you can connect to Netflix. That's simple. And
Oh,
if you
great.
wanted to sell that subscription to somebody else, let's say you
Mm-hmm.
have 10 days left of that subscription, and you're like, I'm not gonna use it. Let me sell this 10-day subscription to somebody for $5.
Mm-hmm.
You would just transfer that subscription to somebody else's wallet from person to person.
Okay, great. Yes, yes,
You get me?
yes, yes. I get
But
it.
right now you can't really do that. The only way you could do that right now
Mm-hmm.
is giving them your account, right? And
Sure.
Netflix doesn't allow for that. But
Yes.
if they stay with the same model over the
Mm.
long term, they will stay behind.
They'll stay
They will
behind.
stay because if I buy a subscription and I want to sell 30 days of my 30 days
Mm-hmm.
left of a subscription that I paid for, and I want to sell
Mm-hmm.
it to you for a lesser price in a secondary market, then so be it. Why not? Right?
That's your
So
choice. That's your choice.
and
Yes,
that
true.
also opens the doors
Mm-hmm.
to, let's say, okay, imagine
Okay.
you buy a ticket for a
Mm-hmm.
football match.
Okay.
And instead of having that ticket physically, you
Mm.
can sell it to somebody else as an NFT.
Okay.
But very important. You're not selling it on a website that takes a percentage off you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You're selling it to somebody person to person, digitally.
Okay.
You send it
Great.
to their wallet, you sell it. You do use a website,
Mm-hmm.
but that website is a peer-to-peer website, meaning that you put it up and then somebody buys it and then it
Okay.
transfers to their wallet. So you're gonna
Okay.
see
Great.
everything is gonna be an NFT, absolutely everything. So
Okay.
I have an NFT. I
Mm-hmm.
have an NFT, and the people that have their NFT,
Mm-hmm.
my NFT, what they can do is that they have exclusive content and an exclusive chat in Discord, because Discord does allow you to connect wallets. So people
Okay.
connect their wallet in my Discord, and there's a private chat in my Discord that only the people that have the
Mm-hmm.
NFT can actually access that
Okay.
private chat.
Great.
It only appears to the people that have that NFT in the wallet.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's like giving tickets to someone virtually. I don't know if that's even the correct way to put
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
like
Absolutely.
they can chat with you even just because they have that pass, so to speak, right? As you
So you
told about
open the doors are open for a bunch
yeah,
of content and things.
right,
There's things that we have not even seen yet that we cannot predict with NFTs. But NFTs is 100% the future of the internet. Um,
right.
it's the internet 3.0.
Okay, insurance 3.0. Yes,
That's
that's
what we call it, Web 3.0. It's like
Web
the next
3.0.
level of internet. Yeah.
That's the correct way to put it, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Cagy, for doing this with me. Thank you very much for showing us your story. I guess there's lots of things that they're coming up that I would love to talk to you again. Maybe bring you again
For sure, man.
if
For
there is
sure.
time for you, time for me, and we could do this again. Thank you very much for doing so. Where can people find you if they want to? Where are the different places they can find you?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Cagy Jan. I'm on Twitter as Cagy Jan1, and yeah, those are my two main social medias. I'm starting to kind of delete everything else. I
Mm-hmm.
already did Instagram, Facebook. I think I'm the wave is moving forward. If you want to get into NFTs, Twitter is a place to be at. That's where
Yes.
most of the information is at. If you want to get into crypto NFTs and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, thank you so much for having me here. We talked a lot about yourself off camera as
Yes.
well. I
Yes.
think you're a good guy. I think we're gonna be
Thank you.
friends over the long term,
Yes.
for sure. We share a lot of the same things,
Yes.
maybe
We do
differences in
totally.
opinions, but
Of
it's all
course.
good. But what are friends without differences of opinions?
Of
That's just
course,
kind of
for
how it
sure.
is.
True.
So for everybody watching this, I can tell you right now, subscribe to this channel. This guy has something that I can see. That I can see the future is bright for him, and I'm really really appreciative of meeting somebody new because I want to have friends.
Right.
I want to have friends. I don't want to be this guy that
Yes.
makes it and be like, oh, I made it, have millions of dollars, and now I don't have any friends. What the hell is
Yeah.
that?
Yes. True. True that.
So
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Harry. Thank you very much for doing this with me. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge. Thank you very much for sharing all the information that you have, for sharing your story. We talked a lot off camera, on camera. I mean, it's been amazing talking to you. Would love to connect with you. Of course, I would love to take you as my friend any day, anytime, any way I can. We can
mhm.
talk a lot about that.
And take all the hate. If you ever get any hate,
Uh-huh.
take it even more. You take it
Okay.
in and you say,
Hmm.
I love when people hate.
Uh-huh.
Back in the day, I didn't like it.
Okay.
I would get defensive,
Hmm.
but now you hate on me. Whoa, that is the best gift you can give me.
Yes.
I
Hmm.
will take that hate and I will convert it into passion. And I'll
Right.
make even more content, and I'll drop more footage, and I'll do
Yes.
more. So say
Yes.
if you ever get any kind of that,
Yes.
because I think
Yes.
over time you'll get it because it's
For
just
sure.
kind of how life works.
Yes.
Hopefully you don't, but if you ever do,
I
take it
do. Hmm.
and just you know like an orange and take out all the juice
Squeeze it
and
out. Yeah.
squeeze it out. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you much, Cagy. See you. See you very much. See you
Thank
again.
you,
See
man.
you. Bye
Thank you
bye.
for having me. Bye bye, man.